Hi guys, thank you for watching this video. Today we will show you how to canvas paint using acrylic paint, as well as some helpful tips on how to hold your brush, how to blend colors, and how to mix colors. So go grab your supplies and let's paint. Hi guys, welcome to Canvas Painting with a Sprinkle of Fun. My name is Kimberly, and today we're going to be painting the Tissue Art Tree canvas. And for that, we're going to need the tissue paper that came with your kit, as well as the brush, and the colors yellow, green, light blue, pink, and orange, and later on we will be using black. You will also need a cup of water and paper towels, and you guys can go get your supplies and we can get started. So you want to make sure you're holding your canvas horizontal. And the first thing we're going to do is take the tissue paper. It should already be cut for you into strips. And we're going to take that tissue paper and we're just going to crumble it up, not too tight, but in a ball. And again, not too tight. And just keep scrunching it together. And we're going to start with the color yellow first. So what we're going to do is take the scrunched up piece of tissue paper, and we don't want to drown the tissue paper in the paint. So whatever you do pick up, you just want to wipe on the plate a little bit. And we're going to start up here in the left-hand corner. And you're just going to lightly tap the canvas with the tissue paper. And if you feel like you need to pick up a little more paint, that's fine. And we're just going to do that left corner for now. Now, if you find that your tissue paper is starting to shred and come off, as you can see on the canvas here, you can just take that piece off, turn it around, and use the other side for now. And now we're finished with the yellow. And what you can do is turn the paper inside out so you get a cleaner side. Just like this here. And then we're going to do the same thing with the pink. And we're going to go right next to the yellow and just dab it with the pink. And you can even go over the yellow a little bit because we don't want a white line in between there. And we have our yellow and our pink. And what I'm going to do now is take a new piece of tissue paper. This one is starting to shred up pretty bad, so we're going to get rid of that one for now. And take a new piece. Same thing, we're going to crumble it up. And this time we're going to use the green. You can use the corner of the plate just to wipe some of it off so there's not too much on there. And again, we're just going to dab the canvas with the green. And we just want enough that it covers the white. And then we have our green. And I'm going to turn this inside out again and use a different corner. And now we're going to move to the light blue. And same thing. Dab the painting with the light blue. you see that the paper is starting to come off onto your canvas, just turn it a little bit so you're using a different side. And there we have our light blue. And I'm going to grab a new sheet here. And now let's do some orange. And the orange I'm going to put right here under the pink and the yellow. And we did all 5 of our colors. And now what we're going to do is we're going to fill the rest of the canvas with the same colors over again. We just want to make sure we mix them up, not that any 2 colors are next to each other. So being that I already have orange on here, I'm just going to turn it a little bit because my paper is starting to shred. I'm going to take a little more orange. And I'm going to go into the other corner. And we did this painting with our kids group on Wednesdays, the virtual kids class. And basically it was to show the kids that they can use different styles for painting, not just a paintbrush. You guys can use tissue paper. There's so many different things you can use to make different pieces of artwork, Q-tips for flowers, and so much more that we'll be using in future sessions. All right, and that piece is done. We're going to grab another. And we're going to use the yellow now to get right into here. So we're going to take that yellow. And again, remember, we don't want 2 colors, the same colors next to each other. We want to spread that out. So that's why I'm putting the yellow here. And then we'll put green, pink, light blue. Turn my piece here. And we'll go for some green. Just going to pick this up so we can get to the bottom of the canvas here. So it's kind of like sponge painting, only with tissue, and you could use a sponge as well. It's just that the tissue is less absorbent. It won't absorb as much paint, and we were going for a light background, so that's why we chose the tissue paper. And I'm going to turn this piece again, use it one more time, and we're going to use it for the pink, which I'm going to put right here. And remember, you can see that I'm putting the pink a little bit over the yellow, a little bit over the orange. We want to kind of blend everything together as best we can. And the last spot will be our light blue, and since I have one more tissue paper left, I'm going to use that. And fill in this last white spot. Now the whole canvas should be filled in, and what I'm going to do is just turn this piece inside out a bit. And I'm just going to look at my colors, and you can see most of it should be dry by now, but I see here I put a little too much. So I'm just going to take the dry sheet I have here and just going to dab it and spread it out a little. This way it dries much quicker. This is acrylic paint, so it will dry very fast if it's not on too thick. And then also, I see in here there's a few white spots. So I'm just gonna pick up some more green and fill that in as well. And now we have our canvas all filled in, and we're going to allow that to dry for about 5 minutes. If you think the paint is on a little thick, you want to give it 10 minutes. And we're just going to let that dry for now. In the meantime, we can get rid of our tissue paper. We are all done with that. And for the next part, we're going to be using black and the small brush that came with your kit. Alright guys, we're ready for the second part. Our canvas should be dry by now. And for that, we're going to need the small brush and the black paint. And you want to make sure your brush is dry. And we're going to start by taking some of that black paint. And we're just going to have a black line coming up straight up the middle, but not all the way to the top. So I would say a little past halfway. And we're going to make that line a little thicker. We want our tree to be centered in the canvas. And now we're going to have our tree branch out. So what we'll do on this side is have this side come out here. And same thing on the other side. And we're going to be adding a lot more branches, so don't worry about what these look like for now. And we don't want to go all the way to the edge of the canvas. Now with these tree branches, you'll want them to be thicker as they come out of the tree and thinner as you go. So what you're going to do, it's all about the way you hold your brush. And I can show you guys. I'll show you on here. So what you want to do is you'll start with your brush flat on the canvas, and you'll notice as I'm going, I start to turn the brush. And as I start to turn the brush, it'll get thinner towards the end. So thick here, and start to turn, and it'll be thinner towards the end. And we're basically going to do that for the rest of our branches. So we'll start here and begin to turn slowly. And you're also going to go back and do that on the first two branches that you made, which is right here. Once we get to that edge, we're going to turn. Same thing here, we get to the edge and turn. And again, this tree is all about how you hold your brush. So for the thick branches, you're going to want to hold it horizontal. For the thin branches, you'll want to turn it vertical, so you'll get a nice thin line, which is what we're going to start doing now. From these 4 branches, we're going to have small branches coming out. And you're basically going to want this whole top half of the canvas full of branches, all the way to the edge. So now it's all about branches coming out of branches. And like I said, you'll want to hold it more vertical so that you get a nice thinner line. And we're just going to keep adding those lines in. And what's nice about this is no 2 trees look the same, so there's really no way for you to make a mistake. And if there is something you don't like, you can always just add more branches. So this branch right here, I wasn't too happy with. I feel like maybe I made it a little too thick. So I'm just going to add some more thin ones coming out. And that's going to take away from what the thickness looks like. And again, we really want this top half of the canvas to be full of branches. So we're just going to keep adding them in until you feel like you have enough. And then once you are happy with your tree, that is when you stop. Because if you keep going and adding more and more, it becomes too much, and then you're not going to like it. So I am satisfied with my tree. I'm going to put my brush in the water. And now we're just going to move to the bottom of the canvas. And you can see over here we just have some dark grass. And for that, you just want to make sure your brush is dry. It's okay if it still has black on it. We're going to use black now. And I think the best way to do this, if you're using an easel, because you want to be able to get to the very bottom, is to turn the canvas upside down. And we're going to take black and right across the top. Remember, it's only on the top if your canvas is upside down. And we're just going to have one black line going right across the top. But you want to make sure all that is filled in. And now to make it look like grass, what you're going to do is you're going to press down on the canvas and then lightly pull away as you go down. So you're going to press and then lightly pull away. Press, lightly pull away. And that's going to give the effect of grass, almost like the grass shadow. And then we can turn that canvas upside down. And we have our tissue art tree. And then as long as your canvas is dry, you can add your initials or whatever you'd like to add. If your canvas is completely dry and you want to use a Sharpie, you can do that as well. And that completes our canvas. So I hope you guys had fun today, and I look forward to painting with you at our next session. We hope you guys had fun painting with us today. For more information on how to host your own private paint event, you guys can go to asprinkleoffun.com. Don't forget to share your artwork with us at Facebook and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we hope to see you guys next time.